everybody. Noreen Smith here from organizedandcreativemom.com, and I'm really excited to be here with you today on this episode of Technique Tasters with Creative Scrapbooker Magazine. I'm going to be sharing with you how to create a cute little envelope mini album using the new Simply Sunshine collection from Creative Memories, the new Essentials 4-Way Punch, and the much awaited, much anticipated new 12-inch trimmer. So let's get started. Let me give you a little bit of a peek at the inside of the album, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to make the base and all of the little fold outs for your photos. So as I mentioned, it's made with a single piece of 12 by 12 inch cardstock, and then your second piece of cardstock is cut and creates these lovely little accordions that fit right inside the album. All right, so I think you can get an idea that we've created the album base by kind of cutting out some little squares at the top and some smaller rectangles from the side of the 12 by 12 inch cardstock. So let's go ahead and do the cutting and scoring. Now the new trimmer, as I mentioned, we're so excited about it. It's such a lovely, stable trimmer. The arm actually folds out to 16 inches. It has the track that is very easy to change the blades with. You just pull them out. This happens to be the straight blade, and I'm going to show you the scoring blade in just a minute. And they're very easy to handle. You don't have to worry about the blades poking out. What actually activates them is when you put them into the housing pushes down on this little white part and the blade pops up. So you don't have to worry about getting cut. They're very easy to handle. The other thing I really like about the new trimmer is that the interchangeable blades store just on the back side of the trimmer. Right now we have the straight, the wave, and the scoring. But judging from all of these great little slots, I'm really hoping that Creative Memories comes out with lots more blades in the future. Okay, so to make our base, we're going to first score our paper. So we'll put the scoring blade in, and we're going to score at 2.5 inches. It's just a lovely, easy trimmer to use. I don't know if you can see that on the dark green paper, but that was at 2.5 inches. I'm going to turn my paper and score on the other side at 2.5 inches as well. You just press down, roll it along the track, and do the same for the other side there. Looks good. And now we're going to turn it 90 degrees and we're going to score it at 2 inches. And we're going to move it along to 7 inches. Okay? And that's our scoring done for now, so I'll just set this aside. Now what we want to do is actually fold along all of our score lines, and Alright, so we've got this all folded, and I think you can see that we're going to be cutting away this part, this part, this part, and this part. And that will give us our kind of flaps along the side and our top and bottom folds. Now, you could of course just take your scissors and cut along the fold lines, but I have to show you how easy it is with the trimmer. So we're going to take the scoring blade out, put our straight blade in, and there's two things you just kind of want to know about this trimmer when you're trimming off small portions. There's a nice little track line that is very easy to line up so that you know exactly where you're cutting. As well, there's a nice little kind of plastic arrow that points exactly to where you're cutting. And on the side of the housing, the blade housing, there's a white line, and it's actually on both sides. So you can look at that and stop your cutter wherever you need to. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut all of these. All right, so we've cut away all of the little extra bits, and now we have our little envelope. And I'm just going to take my scissors now here and cut just a little angled piece off the side of each of our flaps. And that way, the sides of this little envelope album will fold in very nice and neatly, okay? So you can see how easy that was to create the base. Now with our second piece of cardstock, we're actually going to create the little accordion folds. So we're going to cut our second piece of cardstock into two 6-inch by 12-inch strips. And then we're going to score those pieces. So again, take out our straight trimmer blade, pop in the scoring blade, and then we're going to score each of these 6 by 12-inch pieces at 4 inches and 8 inches. Okay, so all we're going to do for these is fold them accordion style. And we're pretty much ready, and you could certainly go ahead and assemble your mini album at this point. But I wanted to use the new Essentials 4-way punch, and as I mentioned, it's got a cute little new corner rounder design as one of your 4 punches. It also has a little slice that you can slide your photos into. It's got the double hole punch, which I actually used to hold my ribbon at the top. And then it's also got a little hanging tag punch. So that's a great little one to use. And I love the 4-way punches. You really get a lot of bang for your buck. So I'm gonna just go ahead and use the corner punch on all of these sheets. Okay, so I've corner rounded my accordion sort of inserts as well as the top and bottom edges of my envelope. Now all I have to do is adhere them. Quick little adhering with the tape runner. And I like to adhere it so that the top one opens up and the bottom accordion, let me just double check that, is going to open down. So you get a really nice sort of long look at the album, okay? And then you're pretty much ready to decorate it any way you want. To seal it up, as I mentioned, I used the double hole punch. I just slid it in there and punched. But of course, as I mentioned, you can just seal this up with some tape or stickers, and then I think that you'll be able to send that in the mail just by addressing the front. And I've used a little variety mat card on the front here. I'm just going to be giving this to my mother-in-law, and it actually has some photos from our family vacation last summer. So I used a variety mat card here kind of as my title, and then I kind of cut out a tag from another variety mat card here to just, you know, kind of tell what's inside the album. As you open it up, you can see that there's room for not quite a full 4x6 photo. I've actually trimmed a couple of my patterned papers down to 3.75 by 5.75 and laid them down on the photo spots. And then the photos are 3.5 by 5.5. And then I've also trimmed some paper and cards down to 5.5 by 3.5. So you can see that you've got a lot of different options here to get your photos, your memories, your stories. As well, you've got the back sides too. So as I said, you've got room for about 10 photos or memories, but you could certainly even continue decorating the insides of your little envelope mini album, decorate the outsides, and this is going to be a beautiful little gift, little keepsake album for someone special. So I hope you get a chance to try that. I also want to remind you not to forget to pick up your spring copy of Creative Scrapbooker Magazine. It's in newsstands now, and if you don't have a newsstand by you that will sell it, make sure you check the website to see how you can order your own subscription. Thanks very much for joining me today. I appreciate you spending time with me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.